Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Pete. Now on today's video I will be going over my Begonia cane collection. Now these begonias, for me personally, I love this variety or kind of begonia just because it doesn't need as much as attention as like the Rex begonia, the sensitive ones. Some of you guys should already know Heart-Shaped Leaves with Rachel. She has a magnificent collection of begonias, but with me personally, I don't think they too much care for me because if you follow my Instagram or check out my Instagram a while ago, I did try to grow a couple of them and they turned out okay for the most part, but I learned quickly that the care that I was giving them was not adequate enough for them to actually thrive. But I learned my lesson pretty quick, and and during that time I ran upon one of these down here, which I also love as well, and which is a cane begonia, and I figured out that I can grow them a lot better and also give them the same conditions that the rakes were in, but these guys here thrive a little bit more just because of, I'm guessing, the stems, and they're also a little bit more hardy. But let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Now, the first cane begonia that I am going to grab will be this pink mist. I'm also going to place the names up top or somewhere on here just in case someone wants to look it up or I mispronounced it. But this here is the pink mist. I love this little begonia here. I've had this begonia for a little while as well. As you can see here from the stump, she has been chopped and propped a couple of times. I got her from a nursery, a city over, I think it was Fort Valley, Georgia, and I had her ever since. And I think now, if I'm not mistaken, Costa Farm or Costa Farm, however you want to pronounce it, they're putting out some now, but I don't think they're called pink mist, but they look real close or similar to each other. But as this plant gets older or mature, the spots come in on them. Of course, like I said, she has been cut, so she had to kind of start over a little bit. But as she grows, the leaves will turn a darker, kind of a maroon color with the pink spots on it. And as it get as it get much more mature, the dots start to sprinkle out, which is why I guess it looks like mist. So pink mist rather. And I love this little plant. I haven't had any actual problems with her except for the usual overwatering, and I've learned pretty quick that they love to be watered, but not as much as you think. So part of my cane collection, here is my pink mist begonia. And also, I'm pretty sure you can't see these, but let's see, can I get a picture here? You probably can, sort of, kind of, but they all have little pink hairs on them, and you can see right here, like that, that there, that little leaf there, where my thumb is at, where my tongue is. You can see the pink hairs, but they are wonderful. Also, you can feel them too as well, but this is my pink mist, cane begonia. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, this guy right here, I love her to death. This is one of my favorites because this was the first cane begonia that I purchased in my Begonia Collection at the time, and out of all of the ones that I've had, this is the only one that made it. And I did a lot of chopping and propping over the summer. I did a lot of trading. I sold some and I gave some away because this plant was, it came back around being popular again. So people was looking for it, and I was looking for certain plants as well. So I was like, well, why not trade? And it did it, and I just love her to death. And another thing with most that I've noticed personally, I'm not sure if all this is for the case for all the cane begonias, but the ones that I have and the ones that I've seen, they all come with a purple backing. Usually you can tell how much light it gets just by how pronounced the purple is or burgundy is on the back. But like I said before, it was chopped and propped, and you can see here on the back how thick these stems were. The leaves were like almost 2 of my hands. I will say, no, let's say 1.5 of my hands. They were huge. I'm not sure if I have any more pictures, but if I do, I will post it in here as well. But the leaves were huge, and stem was even huger. But as they get older, right now, as you can see, it's leaning towards one way, and they sit in my bathroom, so they're growing actually towards the light now. But as they get a little bit older, or I'll probably redo it or make a video, I don't know yet, but I will stake these up so they will grow straight up and the leaves will point downward. And these are the ones that actually look like little angel wings. So I'm going to do that eventually, just because they're starting to lean over, and I would rather them to grow upward before the stem starts to harden off all the way. But yes, this is my looking glass begonia. I love this little begonia. It's not like the other ones, or like the pink mist, and I think the pink mist is the only one that has those on it, but this one does not have any of the little hairs on it, so still a wonderful plant. Before she got chopped and propped, guys, she was at least maybe 4 feet and on a metal trellis, which I might do again as well. And it got to the point where anything is like over 4 feet for me is kind of pushing it, especially when the trellis comes up like that. I think it was a like a rose trellis, or I don't know specifically, but she got up to that tall, and then I cut a lot of nodes and I propped her. And like I said, I did give away, sell and trade a lot, but I did keep one of the cuttings, and she's in the bathroom is what well, where she sits, or where they sit, that I decided to keep myself. But this is my looking glass cane begonia. Let's move on to the next one. Next, we have the, let's get this one here out the way. This one here is my Begonia Maculata. She looks small now because on the journey, guys, trying to find this plant, I went searching. We were searching all over Georgia trying to find this Maculata and also a Raven, and we knew that Costa Farm had them in Lowe's, but down here in literally the South where I'm at, they don't carry that brand, and it was pretty hard to try and catch them or find them anywhere. So when I did get these guys, I caught them. They weren't in the best conditions, but oh, excuse me, but I got them anyway, just because again they were hard to find, and I really didn't feel like searching or paying triple, double, quadruple the amount for them. But I did grab two. I think, yeah, I grabbed two, and as you can see, it's a little short. I did chop and prop them, which are racked here. There's also a third bigger one like this, but it's in the back in one of the grow tents. But as you can see, all the new growth on there in the little leaves, they are just wonderful. Look at those spots in the backs on them. Just nice. But yes, I did chop and proper to start her over. And also how I did my how I did my looking glass begonia. I like to start them over, so that way the bottom leaves or the bottom stem, usually like on my next plant you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'll explain a little bit more, but there's a lot of stem before it gets to the leaf itself, and I really don't like that look. I would prefer a fuller look, and how you cut them, they grow straight up, and in that same process you get a fuller plant from the bottom straight to the top. As long as you have the adequate light it needs to support your idea or support the way you want them to grow, everything should turn out just fine. All right, that is my Begonia Maculata whitey eye. So let's put these here. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now this guy here is also an example of what I was just talking about, how the stems, there's a lot more stem before growth, and if I want to stake that or put that on a pole, that is a lot of, I would say, wasted space. So I did fix that, but let's get to the plant before I get into any more details on it. This here is my cane begonia Fanny Moser. This plant here is spectacular, especially once it gets the right amount of light during the brighter months. For me, it's like, spring and summer. The leaves turn, with the right sunlight, the leaves turn like a dark, again, purple color. I would try to insert a picture somewhere of a mature version. I don't think it's as purple just because it's inside. And of course, my grow lights just can't compete with the sun. So for the most part, it's doing what it needs to do. She's still growing pretty healthy. But now back to the stem. How you see these here, there are a lot of stemage here where the leaves have dropped off. Again, this here plant was I think it was gifted or traded, I'm not sure. But it didn't have, I know, an extensive root system. So this will be the year, hopefully, for it to actually flourish for me. What I've done, instead of just topping it, since it was a propagated plant, I pinched the new growth off. So if you notice here, some of the nodes, even with this one, I activated some of the nodes. So when I do go and, like this one here, all this is new from activation. That down there is new from activation. You see here, there's no new growth as of yet. Like I said, I pinched the new growth off. But hopefully, and when it decides to catch up to a certain point, I will top it again, just so that I will have more foliage at the bottom than just straight from the top. And in this case here, I probably wouldn't have to, just because it's growing branch down below and also another branch at the base. But this here is my Fanny Moser. Usually most of all Begonias that I know of, leaves get pretty big. And then there's a variety where the leaves are just extraordinarily huge. So these guys here will get a pretty good size once they get up to a mature size or mature age. Hopefully that'll be this year, this coming spring. I can get them started off again and, go through the whole trading, cutting, and selling process. But yeah, this is my Fanny Moser Begonia. And I think this is it. Last but not least, this is my Begonia Sofia. Sofia. Yeah. Again, I have this Begonia not too long now. This was gifted from a cutting, if I'm not mistaken, with this plant, since I don't have any mature videos, but I will try to insert I will try to insert a mature form of this somewhere so you can see what they look like. If I'm not mistaken, I think that they come in another shade, but that might be a whole nother plant. But this one here, the leaves will get huge with the spots on it, of course, but the leaves are more pronounced, as in color, more of a dark green to like a shimmery green. I don't know, but it's usually also dealing with your sunlight. That will also trigger a lot of your plant's colors as well. But again, what I did with her, I topped her. As you can see from the grow points, these were big leaves, but as time went on, they fell. Again, because of the sunlight, but at that point, I just wanted them to actually root and really wasn't worried about the other stuff because I knew what I wanted to be done with them. But with me letting her grow and topping her, pinching off the new growth, there's an activated node here. I activated a node here. Here's another node that is coming out. And this one here is a whole new activated node. So if I take away all that, then that stem here is all that was there. All this is new for me. But I do know exactly how she grows because I had one of these once upon a time, but she didn't like the cold too good, and cold snap just really snapped them. But I did acquire another one, and as I said before, I love my cane begonias. I wouldn't trade them for the world. Rex begonias, they're okay for me just to look at and admire in someone else's collection, but for me personally, I think I'm most definitely done with getting any more of those. Now, what I will also add in this case would be my it's not considered a begonia, quote unquote, but I will add a picture of what mine's look like somewhere now. This plant used to be a lot bigger, but I tell you what, keeping her alive has been a struggle for the past 2 to 3 years now, and I'm actually proud of myself now only because I was able to give her the right conditions that she needs to thrive. And from the mother plant, I chopped the leaf off, and I'm so glad I did. I chopped the leaf off and propagated her, and she's now growing inside of the grow tent. But like I said, I will add a picture somewhere up here, maybe again, or a quick video snippet of what it looks like. And I think that will be it for my begonias. I think that's it. Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. Again, I have videos coming out every day, so stay tuned for another video. Thanks for coming. Bye.